So we've got a histograms question here, and histograms mean that the area, it's not a bar chart, it means the area that we're interested in, and the area represents the number of people, in this case passengers on an aeroplane. So it's told us that there's 24 people between 40 and 60. Well, the gap between 40 and 60 is 20 years, isn't it? So it's a gap of 20. But 20 times by what gives us an area of 24. So it's 24 people. This is the area of this square, or rectangle, sorry. So 20 times by the height of whatever that is has to equal 24. And of course, if I do divide both sides by 20, I'm going to get h is equal to 1.2, which tells me that this rectangle has to be 1.2 high. That's given the game away now. It's told me the scale on the side of the graph. And now that I know that, I can work out the entire number of passengers by working out the area of every single rectangle. So this one's 10 wide and 0.4 high. The next rectangle is 10 wide and 1.8 high. The next rectangle is 5 wide and 6.4 high. The next one is 15 wide and 2 high. The next one, well, we know it's 24 passengers, don't we, for the next one, so I'll just write 24. And the last one is 20 wide and 0.8 high. So if I do all that maths, I'm going to check it on my calculator, although it's perfectly easy to do in your head, isn't it? 10 times by 0.4 is 4, plus 18, times it by 10, divided by 2, it's 32 passengers, isn't it? Next one's going to be, 30 passengers. Yeah. Next one, 15 times by 2 is 30. Next one, 24 passengers. And the last one, what's that, 16 passengers. So if I add that all up, I'm going to get, 22, 54, 84, 108. Looks like 124 to me, but I'm going to check that on my calculator. Okay, and yes, it's right, 124. So I reckon that this histogram tells me there's 124 passengers on this aeroplane. Now, if we go to part B, it says a passenger on the plane is picked at random. Work out that probably this person is older than 55 years. So we should work out the number of passengers between 5 and 60 and add it onto the 60 to 80 category we've already worked out. So from 55 to 60, that's 5 wide, and I believe it's 1.2 high, and the 60 to 80 category, we've already worked that out. That was 16 passengers. So 5 times by 1.2 plus 16 is going to be 22, isn't it? Because 5 times by 1.2 is 6. So I reckon the chances of someone being 55 or older is 22 out of the 124, which we could cancel out. We can simplify it down, can't we, down to 11 over 62. And that, I believe, is as simple as that one gets. Alright, so that's the answer. That's my probability. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to check the mark scheme. Well, the examiner's report first, of course. And I think we've done very well. Excellent. And you'll see there M marks and A marks, so please, you must show a method.